Discussion doesn't start at making fun of somebody, to me personally. Because look, if you don't know, then I'll tell you, I am the biggest Nipsey Hussle fan. Do you know how offended I would be if someone got on the internet and mocked his death because he was a gang member? He did claim a gang. And then to also die in the same kind of manner, like, he did all these, great things, and he was, someone who advocated for a lot of Black empowerment and excellence and things like that. But to then also, in the same breath, die from something that we can say was gang related. If someone got on the internet and started mocking him, I would be so offended and so hurt, right? Because I didn't know, like, although, yes, I knew he was, gang affiliated and things like that, claimed it, spoke about it, whatever. That's not all he was to me, right? To me and to many others. So for them to have people get on the internet and mock it and make jokes, you know what I mean? And being like, oh, we're crying because a gang member died by gang violence. Like, that would be so offensive. So to me, I just couldn't do that to somebody else, no matter what type of walk of life they had. I'm not going to get on the internet and do that because I know on the reverse how that could feel. You understand what I'm saying? Just like there are a lot of people who die by drug overdose, right? I love DMX. If someone got on the internet and was like, "Oh, you're laughing because a drug addict died by drugs," like, you know what I mean? Like, those type of things are offensive and not right, So to me, I'm just not going to make jokes about someone dying. I'm not going to do it because if it was flipped, I wouldn't want someone to do that to me, whether it's a celebrity, whether it's my family member. I don't want you to do the same thing to me. So I'm not going to do it to you, whether that be religious, because in the Bible it says, right, the same thing, the golden rule, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Like, that's a thing. So whether you want to say it's religious in Christianity or it's just a human thing to do, then, it is what it is. But the way people are treating this, like they have the right and the authority to make fun of this man in death, is absolutely crazy. But the same thing, the way the other side is treating it as though he is this political martyr and flags at half mast and all this other stuff, or half staff, whatever it is just, it's beyond me. It's beyond me. Not for a podcaster. I hate to say it like that, as if it minimizes him, but not for a podcaster. You know what I mean? But I could see a world where, like, let's say Barack Obama was in was in the White House, and Nipsey died, or God forbid some other like major African American cultural person, and Obama was like, oh, let's first of all the world would eat him alive. But anyways, I wouldn't be too mad. So, like, I get it. You know what I mean? Like, let's be real. I get it. You know what I mean? Like, knock on wood, but like, let's say, like, if it was like Jay-Z or someone like that, and Obama was like, yeah, let's put all flags at half mast, I'd be like, nah, yeah, for sure, do that one, So I get it. But at the same time, I'm just not going to laugh at nobody's death. I do think this is showing people's true characters, you know what I mean? But I just think that happens with death regardless. It just shows who people are. And a lot of people have shown themselves. I'm not saying you have to agree with Charlie Kirk. I'm not saying you have to support his message. I honestly, half the time, I don't even know what the arguments are. But I'm not saying I support it. I don't know nothing about the man. You know what I mean? All I'm saying, and I think what a lot of people are saying, is we're just not going to laugh at his death. We're not going to mock it. We're not going to make jokes. Because if we were in that position and it was someone that we cared about and that we loved and everything, we wouldn't want someone else to do that to us. So I just wouldn't do it to someone else. And I'll leave that there. Now, we're